Welcome back to MJL 3764. This is part 3 of the FTD CDs, and there was 11 titles issued in the year 2003. CDs 21 to 31, starting with New Year's Eve and ending up with So High. So CD 21 was New Year's Eve. Now we all know this show, it was out on unofficial release. A brilliant double album at the time on the Spirit of America label. I don't have it anymore, I used to. That one's gone walkies. I did buy it on CD, it's been out on CD quite a few times. Unofficially. This is still the taped. This is not an official soundboard. This is an audience taped recording, which is exactly the same as this one. It maybe sounds a tad better, not much. I didn't notice much difference, but it's a very good quality audience recording, and this was a very good CD at the time, as was the LP. The LP was superb. Actually, I thought the LP, the layout was 10 times better than Elvis in concert. But there you go. So, we've now got an official release. Got 2 copies of this. Of the famous New Year's Eve show. And it's the first double CD that FTD issued. Take that out. Elvis wearing his Phoenix suit, as we all know, great show. Was filmed by a member of the audience, I'm sure people have seen that. Would have been great if CBS would have filmed this concert actually, and we would have had a real good show to remember Elvis by, rather than the Omaha and Rapid City. But there you go. Of course, we've got the great Unchained Melody and Rags to Riches on these CDs. Superb show. And a superb little tour that he did at that time as well. Probably his last great performances. So that was CD 21. Nice to get an official release of a great concert. CD 22 is the first 7-inch classic album, Fun in Acapulco. And this has been pressed twice. This is the first press. I know it is because I bought it as soon as it came out. Trying to think what the difference is for the second press. They come to me in a minute. Looks like that. These come with a nice booklet as well. As I've said on earlier videos, these are out now as sessions, full sessions. But I never part with these. I'll always keep these as well. Very good for the time. Quite a few outtakes. And a quick look at the booklet. I like this film, got a soft spot for Fun in Acapulco. Not a bad soundtrack either. So at the time I thought these were fantastic to get these in the 7-inch. I believe it's something with maybe the font. You have to excuse me if I get this wrong. I think later editions, this is black. You'll have to tell me if I'm right or wrong, because quite a few of these were actually repressed. I know they said originally that FTD, once they're gone, they're gone. But a few were repressed, quite a few actually, due to mistakes, etc. And going on to this one, as I mentioned in one of my last videos, this was repressed because they put the wrong take of You'll Be Gone on here as the master. So I think we just showed this recently, so very quickly. That's the girl happy. Again, fantastic for its time. Lots of outtakes. Lovely booklet. Again, love this movie. I think Elvis looked really good in this film. Great pictures. There you go. Another very good release for its time. CD 24 with Studio B, Nashville Outtakes 61 to 64. Got a couple of copies of this one also. And we're now back to the originals after a couple of 7 inches. They've gone back to this format. Again, you can't really fault this material as far as I'm concerned. Some great tracks on there, some great outtakes. Another stellar release. I can't really fault much of the FTDs at all, really, to be honest. Next one up, we've gone back to 7 inch. And it's World's Fair. And again, I think this one was repressed also. Can't remember the difference, but I know this will be the first press because I did buy this as soon as it was issued. Looking like that. And I'll get the booklet out and I'll have a quick flick through the booklet. Booklet for World's Fair looks like this. One more page. Yeah, lots of information. Great pictures, well done. CD 26. Back again to the normal style CDs. Dragonheart. 2 copies of this one. Nicely done with Elvis with his dragon suit. Nice CD. And track listing on the back. And this featured Alright, Okay, You Win, something like that. It's just an instrumental with Elvis just singing those lines over the top of it. It isn't really an unreleased song. That's a good show, varied set list in fairly good quality. Yeah, I thought this was another good release. A nice style cover, yeah, like that one. Next one up, Taking Tahoe Tonight. 2 of these as well, I believe, yeah. Now I already had this show and I thought it was great. Elvis in a Good Mood is a very fast-paced show, and I was so happy to get this in slightly better quality. I believe this is May the 13th, 1973. after the not so good February Vegas engagement. These Tahoe shows I thought were a lot better. As I say, very fast paced. Elvis in a very good humour. I think he messes up I'll Remember You completely, but there's some really good songs on here, and it's very impromptu at the end where you get Funny How Time Slips Away. I believe he wants to do Impossible Dream or something like that. Haven't heard it for a while, and he keeps shouting out titles to the band, and in the end he just sings It's Over and Release Me and Faded Love. It's very off the cuff, not very professional, but a good listen, and as I say, it's a show that I quite like. So I was very happy to have that, especially as my unofficial release, which was this one, suffered from CD rot after a while. So this is the same show. Get a couple of bonus songs on the FTD. I don't know if you can see there, but the CD is pitted, you can see there, so this doesn't play anymore. So I was happy to get that again. As I say, I really enjoy that show. It's not to be taken seriously, but it is a good show. Next one up, we're going back to the 7-inch format. And it's Viva Las Vegas, and this was pressed quite a few times as well. This would be the first one because I bought it when it first came out. I think it's got no barcode on the back. I think that's how you tell. I think later ones have a barcode on the back. And this one doesn't. Again, I'm sure there's people out there that would know a lot more than me about this sort of stuff. Nice looking CD. Again, these were fantastic. I thought when they first come out, the 7, I thought it was a great idea. I know some people said, well, how are we going to store them, etc, etc. Well, I'll find a way. That's what I used to say. I thought they looked great. Click through the booklet. Another fantastic release, that one. Viva Las Vegas, great soundtrack that. Nice to have it all together now. Obviously it's been done in the sessions, but again for its day, I keep saying for its day, but they were. If you was around and you got that in 2003, I'm sure you'd be over the moon. Thank you for watching, and please join me for part 4 of the FTD CDs. Until then, just remember, what is music? Life's no waste.